Everyone, it's Plumb here. I just wanted to pop in with a quick video to show you all the projects that I managed to create using my March homemade kit. You can see on the screen there the kit recipe that I was using and the contents of my kit. I actually put in extra paper over what was on the list, so I actually had 10 pattern papers and 3 specialty papers in my kit, along with an abundance of other old leftover stuff out of my stash. So I'll give you a look at all the things that I created. I actually managed to create 7 layouts, 1 traveler's notebook spread, and 3 cards. I know, yes, cards, for all the people that know me, please pick yourselves up off the floor now, but cards was an easy way to use up some of the scraps that I actually had left over. So that's a look at the first layout that I created, which I used a white cardstock background for. I created the mixed media on there using the glimmer mists from the kit, lots of pattern paper layers, lots of stickers, and all sorts of assorted embellishments that came from a Delish Scraps kit that I had put into my homemade kit. For layout number 2, I decided to go with a patterned paper background because I was trying to bust through as much of this kit as I could. So you can see there are plenty of pattern paper layers on there, lots of embellishments. I even used some of the chipboard on that one, which I didn't end up using very much from at all over my projects. Layout number 3 is coming up. Again, I went with a bit of mixed media. This time I actually used the gelatos from the kit, and I sort of split my background and used a piece of pattern paper as the anchor point for the focal area of my page, but I added some mixed media on as well. So it was a little bit from column A and a little bit from column B. I busted lots of stickers and die cuts on that one from the Pebbles patio party range. So that was a good use for those. Now this one, number 4, was my layering extravaganza. I started off with a mixed media background using one of the glimmer mists from the kit that I actually applied with a brush. And when I move it in the light there, you'll be able to see the shimmer and the shine from it. There was lots of layers on this one. I was at the point where I was starting to think I've got to use this stuff up. So I used lots of colors, lots of layers, lots of embellishments, lots of everything went onto that one. It was a bit of a throw it all on the page type arrangement there. So layout number 5, not 4, 5, I actually started by using up the second half of that die cut paper that I had. I added some mixed media to the background using the gelatos and my scribble and blend method. And then again, I was still just trying to bust through all of those stickers and die cuts from the patio party range. I thought I really needed to get some of those stickers used, so I had a longer title on that one. I used the punch. Again, yeah, plenty of things on that one, and it was a multi-photo layout. This one was number 6, again, mixed media background, but I used a different technique on this one with my gelatos. I actually used a dry application method and a stencil brush to brush the colors through a small stencil that I had in the kit. So that was a different way of using the gelatos, and I'm actually pleased that I actually used several different methods of using the gelatos, which may prompt me to use them a bit more in the future. Again, lots of paper scraps on that one. The design I had to come up with was using the small bits of paper that I had left. This was the final layout that I managed to squeeze out of the kit, and I was really, really down to the scraps for this one. So I had to keep it relatively simple, relatively clean, but, you know, I'm pretty happy with how that one turned out as well. I still had that Forever Friends die cut there from the Pebbles pack that I could use as my title piece. So, yeah, pretty happy with how that one came together. And the great news is I used heaps of the stickers from the sticker sheet. So that was all the 12 by 12 layouts I created. This was a traveler's notebook spread that I did in my daughter's book. I had some photos from her birthday party that needed to be documented, but the main aim was to use up those fruit and food stickers. They really, really annoyed me. Remind me to never get fruit stickers again, please, because they are not easy to use. So I figured in a traveller's notebook, it didn't matter that I used something a bit more random, and the fact that I took the kids out for lunch, yeah, that worked out quite well. And yeah, here's my cards. So I used the few pieces of pattern paper that I had left that were big enough to use for a card front and threw together a few cards using up leftover stickers, die cuts, and the leftover pieces of pattern paper that I had. So that was the second last thing I made there. And the final card, you'll see, I really was down to limited supplies. So my plan is with that one that I will actually use it for an age birthday for a girl, and I will just use some thickers to put the age number up in the left corner when I give it to someone. So at least there's 3 more cards that are going in the stash. So I'm going to give you a quick little look at what I actually had left over in the box. So I had packed all the contents of the kit in this box at the start of the month, and this is what was left. So bearing in mind that the thickers were already partly used packs, I didn't use a huge amount of those, but I will still hang on to those. Same with those Cocoa Vanilla Alphas. You'll see that I used lots of the puffy stickers. Those few ones that are left over are going to school. That's what I had left over on the sticker sheet, which I'm really, really happy about. I have never used a sticker sheet up so much. So that one was done. This is what was left over out of the die cut pack that I chose to use. That's that Pebbles Patio Party. So that's what I started with, and they're the few pieces that I had left over. So there's a couple of those that I will actually keep in my stash, and the other bits can go in a box to go to school, because all of the leftover bits that I don't want are going to school. That's the Delish Scraps embellishment kit that I actually started with, and I pretty much used up the entire contents of that kit. Obviously, I'll hang on to the stencil, I'll hang on to the washi tape, and the flowers can just get thrown into my stash, but I'm pretty happy that I managed to use up all of that. That jelly bean soup sticker sheet there, I ended up with 1 word left, and I will actually throw that into another kit and try and use that up. I used lots and lots of clips, so they're the clips that I've actually got left over, a lot of freckled fawn ones in there. This is the chipboard sheet that I had from many, many years ago from Prima. That is going. That's going to school. I am not going to use it. I tried. It's just too cutesy for me. No good. Going to school. That's what I had left over from the transparencies. They will go back into my stash because I'll definitely continue to use those in layers. And these are the pattern paper scraps that I had left over from all of my projects, from 10 sheets of paper. So all of those scraps can go in the box for school, and the kids can do what they like with them. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by. See you.